Now the next question that comes is, you need to design your distribution process. How is it that it's going to go from A to point B where your end customer is? Now what happens in this distribution process? Let us look at it from the various businesses. If it is a manufacturing business, first you produce, you convert the raw material into the product, and then the product leaves your factory. So it goes from there. You have your own distribution channels. It could be a direct distribution, it could be a distributor doing it for you, it could be a stockist, or various things that keep on changing based on the changing dynamics of the industry. Now this process will also have clarity when you design it even before you get started on. Like for example, even if it is a service business, let us say, how are you going to take care if you are planning a laundry business? Now the distribution here also plays a vital role. You may not be the end manufacturer or the user at the laundry, you may not be getting involved into washing. You might be just into collecting and giving it to the person who is going to wash it and giving it back to the customer. So you need to have a distribution process, because you cannot reach out to every customer at a same given point of time. So either you need to devise your areas or geographical areas into zones or into groups or into sectors, whatever that you feel is comfortable with, because you need to have one person taking up certain orders. Like for example, if you are into distribution of groceries, minimum that a person has to distribute is around 20 orders a day. So that is how you can benchmark. Now for you to do that benchmarking, you need to have your own proper distribution process being laid out. So what happens here in a distribution process is how you reach from A to B in a seamless manner with the time keeping the constraint. Now what happens here is, when you plan it out in a proper manner, you collect it from X, pack it up at Y and deliver it at Z. So that is how the distribution process goes in. Now when it comes to an FMCG, it may not be the same. It will have a much complex structure where you have various distributors based on the zones, then you have stockists, then you have sub-distributors, and then you have retailers. But whereas when it comes to technology, the distribution may not be that much or that bigger chain, because the technology is going to aid you to reach out at a faster. Now you have a mobile app wherein you receive orders for delivery of groceries. The moment you get an order, you have clarity from where it has been ordered and from whom it needs to be delivered, or the person who is supposed to do it for that particular zone. This distribution process needs to be written down even before you hit the market, because it will reduce the time for all your R&D. Because in this process of learning it, you will be wasting too much of time, energy in understanding. So it is much better to have a distribution process even before you get started, to have clarity as how the end product or the service is going to move from one to the another and reach out to the end customer who has ordered for it. Now there have been various chains that come into existence in distribution process. For example, if it is a particular of a country, or if it is you have too many countries where you operate in, so you need to have distributors at each and every place. So dividing the zones will also be critical and crucial, because when you appoint certain distributors, you also take certain monies from them. So you should also give some revenues to them. So keeping those things in mind is where you need to plan your distribution thought process. Hope it's clear. Thank you.